The number one thing you need to do when you are manifesting, it doesn't matter who's manifesting, techniques, tips, or tools you are doing, there is one step you must do before you do any technique, tip, or tool. And we are going to talk about that today because I am going to pull my hair out. This video may be a little bit of a rant. I am going to give you a heads up. My daughter has been in labor for a week. Contractions are 8 minutes apart. It's driving us nuts. The little guy has decided he doesn't want to make his appearance yet. We have no control over when the baby is going to be born. But we do have control over everything else that we are doing. And this number one thing that you guys are driving me nuts with this week that you are not doing, we're going to talk about. This is Susie, your beautiful millionaire swan queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful ducklings. Subscribe, smash the like button, share my videos, and I will love you forever. Why do I instantly feel absolutely positively amazing to be free, to be myself, knowing things are different? And I am loved, respected, and given credit for my teachings just because I asked this question. I am a life coach, and I am here to drastically change your life for the better. I tune into your happy meter, and I dial it all the way up. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, check out my website below. So we are in the studio because I have the 4-year-old today. And yes, even my studio gets Christmas. And for those of you who talk about my smile face or the fact that I don't smile, notice my snowman because these are stories we tell. The little guy snowman has a beautiful smile. But for some reason, my girl snowman, no matter what I do, doesn't. So I think I'm going to get glue and glue her smile to her face so that she has a beautiful smile face. Well, this is what we are doing, especially this week. And I don't know if it's something in the air, if there's a full moon, if the werewolves and the vampires are out. I don't care. But this is the number one thing you guys are not doing this week. Matching your story to whatever manifesting technique you are using. So you are telling a story, which is the number one thing I tell you guys need to do. Change your story. Your story is the most important thing that you need to talk about. Because if your story is different from your question, your phrase, or your statement, you're getting no results or hot and cold. How important is the story? Why am I happily married to Jared? That is your question. You guys use your guy's name, girl's name. I always use Jared. So why am I happily married to Jared? Well, we're in no contact. I text him, but he's gone silent. I've been doing the techniques, the tips, and the tools, Susie, but I'm not seeing any results. How can you be happily married if you're talking about the things that are not working? So you're saying I'm happily married, but you're complaining that your person is being an idiot or a douchebag or something else. This week I like the word idiot. Tweedledum some weeks. The idea is you can't say, why am I happily married? And then we are not talking. Why am I happily married? Well, if I just get a text message, then I know that why am I happily married will work. Well, I can't say, Jared, why are we happily married? Well, he's ghosting me. You got to line up your story. The first thing I tell you guys to do in any manifesting routine is to create a story. So your story has to be, I am happily married. I am a millionaire. I have an amazing life. I have a fun life. I have a fun marriage. I'm a fun millionaire. I am healthy. I am loving life because I can do anything I want because I'm healthy. Your stories need to be short. And I tell you to create a story. If you want to write a 200-page novel, go ahead and write that 200-page novel. But remember this, That is one chapter in your book. Think about Supernatural or Lucifer. Lucifer and Supernatural do a weekly TV show. And they have anywhere from 16 to 18 episodes in a season, if we're lucky. So they have 18 episodes of Supernatural, which is, I'm in season 8 and there's 18 episodes. Bobby's not there. Garth is now the new Bobby, and Garth is saying balls and idjit wrong. And it was upsetting Dean. Well, now Garth is talked about, but we don't see Garth. And they just rescued Bobby from hell and sent his soul to heaven. They thought Bobby went to heaven because he was a good guy. But no, Crowley caught him and he put him down in hell so he could torture him because he drove Crowley nuts. Well, that's what you guys are doing to me this week. You are being Lucifer, sitting on Dr. Linda's couch going, it's Dad's fault. If I would just get a text. You're an idiot. I'm sorry, I love y'all, but you're idiots because your story doesn't match. You cannot literally sit there and say, why am I happily married? Why am I a millionaire? Why do I instantly feel absolutely, positively amazing to be loved by Jared, knowing things are different and we are happily married just because I changed my story? Now, what did you change your story to? Did you change your story to you are sipping hot cocoa and watching Lucifer? Are you changing your story that you are drinking coffee? I have a new flavor. It's called tiramisu. Starbucks makes a tiramisu coffee and it's actually yummy. So we're sitting there at the end of our day and we're snuggled on the couch, drinking our tiramisu coffee, watching Lucifer. Because that's what Norman Vincent Peale taught. To imagine that the love of your life was sitting there at the end of the day watching your favorite TV shows with you. So I am sitting here in my chair, my beautiful Pootie Pie chair because we're in the office with my cup of coffee. And look, I got a blessed cup. It's really cool. It's an oversized one, so it holds lots of coffee. So I'm sitting in my chair and I'm watching Lucifer. And I'm imagining Jared is sitting next to me. Or I'm sitting on the couch and I'm imagining we're snuggling and I'm watching Lucifer. If I'm watching Lucifer, I'm not really talking to Jared. I'm just snuggling and I'm paying attention to Lucifer. And if I am making comments to Jared, I'm making those comments out loud about, holy crap, he's got an amazing accent. Let's talk about Sam and Dean. I'm a Dean girl, but Sam's haircut, it's absolutely adorable. It's the shaggy, kind of puppy dog look, but I still like Dean. Why do I like Dean? I'm not even discussing this with Jared. I'm just being like, I like Dean and I'm so jealous. He's got this beautiful resting face and Da Vinci's perfect face. Da Vinci mapped out what he thought would be the perfect face, and then he would create his portraits from his diagram. That diagram is used in plastic surgery offices to this day. They can change a millimeter on somebody's face and they can go from an ugly duckling to a beautiful swan. But I'm not discussing this with Jared because I'm watching Lucifer or Supernatural. But I'm thinking he's sitting next to me and I'm sipping my coffee.
Oh, hi.
Hello, beautiful. Susie's doing a video. Can you go watch Garfield for a minute?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Now we have a pattern interrupt because that's what kids do. They pop in at the least expected time and they want to know what's going on. She hears me talking. She doesn't know who I'm talking to, so she wants to come into the camera. We're imagining she interrupts. So I need to tell a story that she stays in the living room and watches Garfield or Booba when I'm doing my videos. And she's here. But if you're telling your stories, Jared's not there. Jared's not texting me. Jared's not calling me. But I'm saying, why am I happily married? You're not matching. So I'm going to put this in layman's terms. When you're saying he's not texting, you are complaining to the universe. So the universe is shutting the door to communication. They're saying, stop, no more communication. If you are saying he's not calling you, stop, no calls. Stop, no calls. Stop, no texts. Your story needs to be. I love getting texts and phone calls from the love of my life, but I prefer face-to-face with Jared. I want to have our conversations in person. So the majority of our conversations are in person, and then when we're not together, we do occasionally text and call. This around-the-clock communication is ongoing communication. Because you cannot get a text 86,400 seconds a day. They're going to text you 86,400 times a day. They would not be able to have a job. And if they don't have a job, how are they going to bring you flowers? How are they going to wear that blue shirt that you are imagining them wearing? You need to rethink what your story is because they're not matching. And if they don't match, you are undoing whatever it is that you want. So a singer singing a song, we hit certain notes. And when we sing a cappella, if we're not a very good singer, it sounds horrible. So you're screaming in their ears in this horrible pitch what they're not doing. Their heart is getting hit with negative, angry, frustrated energy. They're not going to reach out to you. So you got to go back and adapt your story. So you got out of no contact. And then all of a sudden you're saying, I'm triggered, I'm anxious, they're ghosting me. Congratulations, you just put yourself back in no contact. And this word triggered, it has gone to the top of my potty list. So we now have 4 words on my potty list. Triggered, only, perfect, and obsessed. Those 4 words, I don't want to hear anybody say. You're not triggering your specific person. You're triggering yourself. Something in the conversation that they sent back to you that you didn't like, you got upset and you used a big word to describe it. Again, remember, cute little nicknames, third party becomes only me. Oh, wait, but that still means I have a third party. There is no third party. You are rejecting your manifestation. And when you don't adapt your story, you're getting hot and cold because you're still rejecting your manifestation. And you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out exactly why it is that you are rejecting your manifestation. I can't do the work for you guys. I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. So I'm going to go sit on my couch. I'm going to watch Alabama football because they're playing today at 3 o'clock. I'm going to drink my tiramisu coffee. I'm going to play with the 4-year-old. But in my brain, I'm going to say, isn't it wonderful that the love of my life is sitting next to me watching the Bama game? Because that's important. That's your story. Your story of, I miss him. I so miss him. I'm crying. I'm upset. I'm so frustrated. That's all they're hearing. You're upset with them. They don't want to be upset. They want to be happy. They want to be loved. They want to be respected and appreciated. And your stories are disrespecting them and they're not going to reach out. So change your story. Your story is more important than your question, your statement, or your phrase. Because when it doesn't match, you're driving Susie crazy because you're not getting the results you want. So let's all leave me a comment today on how you can change your story and what you are changing your story to. Because that story should be said out loud wherever you go. If you are talking to me on the phone, I don't want to hear that he's ghosting you. Susie, I need to tweak my story so that I can get better communication. This is what I'm saying. You're not focused on the negative. You are focused on the good. You got to see the good in whatever is happening. If they're driving by, that's great. They drove by. If they text you, even if they wanted to pick up their stuff, they still text you. That's good. They're showing up for you in some way, shape, or form. That's good. Think about your words. Everything that comes out of your mouth is a story. You want everything to come out of your mouth to be the ending of your story, to continue to create what it is you want. Have an absolutely positively amazing day. I love you guys. And as always, leave me a comment and let me know how I'm drastically changing your life for the better.